Okay, so it's been about 9 days, I think, since I finished filming the Midlands miniseries, which I know might sound a bit weird because you probably watched a video just a few days ago, but as I've explained quite a number of times over the past couple of weeks, like many YouTube creators, almost all my content is filmed 7 to, I don't know, sometimes 20 days in advance of the publishing date, just to make sure I've got plenty of content good to go. So I've been pretty much eating next to nothing every day since then, just to bring my weight back down a little bit, because as you know, I wouldn't normally film lots of big eating 4 days in a row unless I'm going to the US for a contest or something like that. Anyway, it appears that I wrapped up that mini-series just in time, because right now it feels like I'm talking to you from almost an entirely different place, what with social distancing measures, because of, you know, the C word. Not that C word, the other C word, the non-rude C word. And to be honest, I almost don't want to say the word, because what motivates me as somebody that makes content on YouTube is just the idea of putting up 2 videos a week, 10 to 15 minutes. People can just put it on after a rough day and just, I don't know, have a bit of a laugh, just watch something daft and just forget their troubles just for a minute or two. And I think there's going to be plenty of that ahead. So with that said, I'm going to try and keep the content rolling Thursdays and Sundays as best I can. I promise I'll give it my best shot. In fact, you might even say, I swear, by the moon and the stars in the sky, I'll be there, I'll be there. What? Yeah, so you're gonna leave it on the doorstep. I don't open the door. Wait for you to go up. Yeah, okay, then I'll pick it up. Alright, okay, thank you. What was that sound? I am a bit tempted, in my worst Italian accent, to use the phrase Mamma Mia, because this food looks delicious, but judging by the comments, people cringe at my videos as it is, so I won't bother. I mean, technically I just said it, but whatever. I thought, given that so many amazing independent restaurants are being forced to close or move to a delivery service, the least I could do would be to throw a bit of custom to the local Italian restaurants, sample some of their goods. For the longest time, people have been asking me to do like an Italian banquet anyway, and I know in America there are a lot of Italian food restaurant challenges. Here in England, we're pretty much limited to burgers, nachos, hot dogs, breakfasts, not much else. And I remember on that show, Man vs. Food, I never really watched that show much back in the day, believe it or not, but I remember seeing one episode where he tries to eat a ton of Italian food. A table full of food. And fails. Unlucky, mate. But yeah, I decided to assemble my own kind of Italian family-style banquet here with all the best bits. So I got breadsticks, antipasti, calamari, meatballs, spaghetti, pizza, of course, lasagna, seafood risotto, mac and cheese. Is that actually Italian? Tiramisu and a pepperoni, because I think we could all use a drink about now. Pretty sure this is made in Italy. If it's not, I'm sure my Italian subscribers will enthusiastically tell me in the comments. But without further ado, this is BeardMeatsFood, and this is the ultimate Italian banquet challenge. Pretty ultimate. Who's gonna? Forgot to switch the pineapple light on. Can't have that. There, maybe. I'll throw up a calorie count on screen if I can. Obviously, it's from a restaurant, so might be best guess. But let's tuck in. I'm gonna start with the cold meats.
What's up, BeardMeats? Welcome back to another episode, and first of all, let me apologise for a slightly rambly intro. I did timestamp it though, for the people that like to skip ahead and ignore the jibber jabber.
Parma ham, some pepperoni, and some green stuff.
Rocket. It's called Rocket, mate.
Yum. I'll move on to, I'll do the meatballs. Gotta give you a close-up of these. I mean, they're a little cold now, but they still look delicious.
Oh, there's that word again. I said I was going to start using some new synonyms. Delectable, exquisite, that's a good one.
They're actually baked with cheese and some tomato sauce.
Yes, indeed, meatball bake. Anyway, today, like I said in the very long intro, I'm doing a giant Italian banquet challenge today, which, as you can see, looks fantastic. And Italian isn't really one of those cuisines I eat very often. It's a little bit like Indian food or fish and chips. I sometimes get a bit of a craving for it, like today.
I'm not the biggest fan of spaghetti bolognese, so I was going to do that next, but it's probably going to be the messiest thing, so maybe I'll save that to the end. Let's do the lasagna. These boxes are pretty heavy. Oh, it's dense.
Yeah, this thing was thick, with a double C on the end, because that's how kids spell it these days. But yeah, this lasagna, top notch, 10 out of 10.
I miss drinking out of the beaker. It's not really the same drinking out of these soulless protein shaker things. Right, those were lush. So let's go. Oh. Next, I'm gonna go for the seafood risotto. I'm a big fan. I always go with this over pasta if I was actually at an Italian restaurant, you know, eating with family. It's quite rare, but if I was. Oh, this is creamy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of risotto, so I thought if I'm gonna go, you know, balls to the wall, I might as well get a big, thick, creamy one. The seafood maybe not the greatest idea though.
One thing's for sure, Mrs. Beard's gonna come nowhere near me after eating that. It was delicious, but a bit stinky. Right, let's move on to the. This is probably popularized by America and, you know, American cuisine, but I'm pretty sure its roots are in Italy.
Yeah, I don't think you need a PhD in culinary history to establish that. It is pasta after all. Yeah, it's definitely Italian.
Just for fun, I tried to order, roughly speaking, the same amount of food as the guy in that episode of Man vs. Food. He doesn't eat pizza, it's mostly pasta, but I thought it'd be a laugh to order like about £7-ish. It might be slightly less than that, I'm not sure.
Come now. It's no time for false modesty. I think if anything it's a little bit more than that, but regardless of how much food there is, it was all incredibly succulent, delectable, whatever word you want to use. It's all from a place called Valentino's in Lofthouse, so if you're in the Wakefield catchment area, I highly recommend it.
One thing you definitely find in restaurants is the mac and cheese tends to be oilier than the, is that a word? Oilier than the, you know, the ready-made stuff. But I kind of like that, it gives it more of a rich, home-cooked feel. Right, let's do the, I'm gonna do the spaghetti. Do you eat spaghetti with a spoon? I remember you twizzle it around the fork. I've got it.
I love the reaction there, like I've just invented the wheel or discovered fire or something. Everyone knows that's how you eat spaghetti.
I'll wipe my beard afterwards, I promise. Spaghetti is the bearded man's worst enemy.
Yeah, spaghetti or, you know, clippers, scissors, zip-up coats, actually, those can be a pain. They're a real faff.
Let's give it a good old scrub. Oh, some of my jeans. Alright, let's move on to the pizza. This is called the Luigi Pizza, which is why I ordered it. Because whenever I played, you know, Mario franchise games, Luigi's my favourite character because I think he does all the hard graft. He's not like Mario, he doesn't get the go, doesn't get the glory. Just sits there with Yoshi and that little mushroom thing. Toad. Doing all the tough graft. No recognition.
Maybe get the Plumbers Union involved. You can tell we're a couple of days into to lockdown anyway. I don't know why I'm talking about Mario. Clearly played a few too many head-to-head games of Mario Kart with Mrs. Beard to pass the time. Anyway, pizza, banging. I love a bit of goat's cheese on my pizza.
That was a goat's cheese pizza, by the way, which I enjoyed. They can be a little bit rich, but that had a nice kind of fruitiness to it. Something fruity in there. Tastes a little bit like marmalade, almost. Still, I'm going to do some of the calamari,
which is squid, or deep-fried squid, for the uninitiated. I suppose it's not really a uniquely Italian food. You get it in a lot of different cuisines, but I really enjoyed this. The mayo that came with it was really light, had a slight hint of lemon to go with the additional lemon.
They call these zucchini fritters, but we're in England, so it's fried courgette fingers, if you ask me. Counts as one of your 5 a day, I suppose.
Yeah, the look on my face might be telling you a thing or two here. These weren't my favourite part of the meal. Not that they were bad, they just could have used a little longer in the fryer. They were a little soggy in the middle. Not that that's always a bad thing. But the word zucchini, that always reminds me of that movie The Bone Collector, you know, with the bad guy at the end, he's threatening to turn Denzel into one.
I really need to get a blind for that window because now everyone's home on lockdown. My neighbours can just see straight into my house, and most of them don't actually know what I do, so they're probably gonna be wondering what I'm doing, right? But
yeah, that's an idea though. If they figure out who I am, they could start selling front row box tickets from their living room to just look over and watch me live.
My kitchen is actually reasonably secluded, you can't really see into it. But up here, they can definitely see it.
Yeah, maybe we'll slip on down to the kitchen for the next one.
Could be an awkward conversation later. Anyway, let's get onto these weird breadsticks. Get some kind of balsamic dressing for these. Oh, it's almost as sour as those pickles from a few weeks ago.
Yeah, the balsamic vinegar wasn't really a winner. Unlike these things, by the way, the little breadsticks, I don't know what they actually were, but I really enjoyed these.
These things, by the way, are flipping delicious. They kind of taste almost like a savoury yum-yum. They're like halfway between a breadstick and like a long donut. They have a slightly sweet vibe, but there's no sugar on the outside. And I do think they're fried. That wasn't supposed to rhyme.
Yeah, had a bit of a Happy Gilmore, Shooter McGavin rhyming moment there.
They're delicious. There's that word again. If you're playing the BeardMeatsFood drinking game, take a shot. I don't think I've said it too much in this video though. You're probably pretty sober.
Depending of course on how many of my videos you watch today. I know some people binge watch.
I'm absolutely amazed I got through all of that with just one cup of water. I thought I would maybe get this under 30 minutes, but no such luck. Anyway, let's crack the pepperoni.
I should definitely have got a bigger table. Leaning over to get all these utensils is no fun when you've eaten this much.
Not much of a drinker these days, but nothing beats a fresh, crisp European lager. Some cheese left here. You can't really see what's olives.
Just clearing up what remains of the antipasti medley thing now. A couple of olives, some green, some black, a little bit of leafy stuff.
Not eating the lemon.
Not the lemon though, never the lemon.
Got some, I don't know if this is garlic bread. It just looks like regular bread. Cooked on a grill. Don't know, maybe that was a freebie. I don't remember ordering that.
Yeah, genuinely not certain what this type of bread is. The key characteristic seemed to be it was just really salty. Fortunately though, dessert's just around the corner.
Time to engage dessert stomach.
I make that sound a lot when I eat dessert. But yeah, it wouldn't be an Italian challenge if I didn't order tiramisu.
Tiramisu is very rarely a dessert I would choose. I would probably go with cheesecake or something like that. But whenever I eat tiramisu, I really enjoy it. I'm a huge coffee drinker though, so that probably explains it.
You'll notice that I didn't just order the one portion of tiramisu, I got two. Probably subliminal because I accidentally left it out of the Khabib diet challenge.
Oh, this is lovely, the base is so moist. Stop. Suppose I better finish the pepperoni.
Yeah, that turned out to be a little bit trickier than I first anticipated, probably because of all the gas. And the fact I'm not the biggest fan of beer. I tend to drink rum if I have the choice, but anyways, this meal was bene. I think that's, I'm pretty sure that's Italian for good. Although most of the stuff I learned about Italy, I know from that show The Trip with Steve Coogan and Rob Brydon. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you next time.
Alright, there we go. Pardon me, this is BeardMeatsFood, and that was the reasonably ultimate Italian banquet challenge in just under 37 minutes. Hope you enjoyed it. Stay safe out there. Lots of love, and I'll catch you on the next video, which, if all goes to plan, should be a good one. That was a lot of bread. Ugh.